No, we're just really excited about Moore taking the next steps and having new and better places for families and friends to gather in the community. This is going to be great for Moore.
Moore citizens resoundingly approved 2 propositions that will change the face of Moore's parks. We'll show you what happens next, now that the voting is over. But first,
not only did the city see an area that needed improvement, they found a creative way to do it, but the citizens embraced that, the message of it.
Moore's innovative recycling campaign wins big, garnering attention across Oklahoma and the nation. Take a look at the lasting impact of Recycle Moore right after this. According to Green Star Recycling, from October of 2011 to October of 2012, Moore residents recycled 57 tons of paper, 19 tons of plastic, 1 ton of aluminum, and 4 tons of tin. To put all of that in perspective, Green Star says 1 ton of paper equals 17 trees. If you do the math, that's 977 trees saved by recycling. 1 ton of paper also equals 3.3 cubic yards of landfill. Moore saved 189.8 cubic yards of landfill just by recycling paper. Clearly, recycling can make a big difference. Bring your recycle items to the Moore Recycle Center, located at 400 North Telephone Road. You can also get more info at recyclemore.org.
City of Moore.
In November, at a statewide awards ceremony by the Keep Oklahoma Beautiful organization, the City of Moore beat out entries from across Oklahoma to win the overall Best of the Best award for environmental excellence, all for their efforts with recycling.
It shows that Moore is ahead of the curve right now in ways that they're addressing environmental issues in their community. You're ahead of the curve out of every city in the state, as far as we're concerned on that, through your creative ideas, your progressiveness to approach these issues. We recognize that as the best effort in the state.
On the surface, you may wonder, why is Moore's Recycling Center the best environmental effort in the entire state? The answer has a lot to do with UFOs, little green men, and a huge recycling increase. Here's what they had to say at the Oklahoma Beautiful Award ceremony.
Most Moore residents didn't recycle, and the city had absolutely no experience with promoting it and a relatively small budget for such an undertaking. With such a long way to go, the city contracted with Trifecta Communications, a public relations firm, to create a campaign. The result? Take us to your litter, involving Mauritians stranded on Earth and needing recyclable materials to power their spaceship home. Staying within budget, Moore was able to accomplish what can only be called a public relations mission impossible. In just 6 months, city officials reported a 53% recycling increase. The 5-year timeline to decrease trash volume is still underway, but what a start.
Accepting for the City of Moore are Councilwoman Kathy Griffith and City Manager Steve Eady.
Take me to your litter. Even I am impressed with that. That was too cool for school.
There's probably 500 people in the room, and from all over the state of Oklahoma, and actually people had come in from out of state. So, you know, we're just there for the first time and not really sure what's going to happen. And when we see our name on the screen and everything gets announced, it was really exciting.
While many recycling centers across Oklahoma received accolades for their efforts, Moore stood out in a significant way.
I remember, reviewing the judging sheets, everybody was so impressed with the creativity of the campaign was just wonderful. But the other part of that campaign that was really great was that the City of Moore recognized we have a problem. Nobody's recycling, and they didn't just go with the status quo or just put something in the water bill and say, here, you can do this. They really said, our citizens are paying for the service, and it's a great service, they need to utilize it. And they went and sought a way to do that and followed it through, and it's really paid off.
Funding to launch and promote the recycling center came from a federal grant, allowing the city to refurbish the center, convert it into a drive-through facility, and then promote it, largely without relying on city funds. A portion of the grant was specifically designated for the award-winning promotional campaign.
We were only able to allocate $30,000. We would have liked to have allocated more, but I think we got a great bang for our buck for $30,000, and I think that in the end it really accomplished what we set out to do, which was to increase the awareness of recycling throughout our whole community. And there's no doubt in anyone's mind that has happened.
In fact, Moore's recycling efforts haven't just garnered attention in Moore, or even just in Oklahoma. The campaign has received national attention, winning awards across the country, including a prestigious PR News Award at the National Press Club in Washington, D.C., where Moore was represented.
It's very innovative, and I guess it's all about, these days, all about grabbing attention and grabbing eyeballs. So I think, I can't speak for the judges, but I think that probably the idea of the Martians stood out, and just the way you guys, presented that is super innovative. So I think that's probably what got their attention.
The National League of Cities has taken note of our little campaign, the Recycle More campaign, and the opportunities that we're offering our citizens. So some staff members will be attending the National League of Cities City Showcase in Boston, Massachusetts.
She just said she had a very good question, and nobody really asked it. How do I recycle?
In honor of America Recycles Day in November, the Martians and their recycling campaign made their way into schools to talk about the facility and how to recycle.
So one of the things that we were able to do is partner with Central Elementary.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And allow them to do a coloring contest where they were going to color some pictures of items to do with recycling, and then it will be judged and a winner will be chosen.
In fact, city officials did judge, and a class was chosen as the winner. Whether it's kids winning a coloring contest or the city winning state and national contests, the real winners in all of this are Moore residents. By using the recycling center, they're paving the way for bigger and better things.
The best pat on the back we can get from the city is the citizens using the programs. It's great to get trophies, and it's great to be recognized by your peers and by people from outside of the state, but it's better whenever your citizens come and utilize the programs and services that we're offering, and they're excited about it, and they tell their friends, and then their friends come here and they like it. I mean, that's the best part of the whole deal.
And when that happens, Moore residents can be assured recycling will continue in their community well into the future.
Not only did the city see an area that needed improvement, they found a creative way to do it, but the citizens embraced that, the message of it, and the rates have gone up 50% and keep going by all indications. And that's wonderful. It just didn't stop at one place. It's continuing into the citizens and into the neighborhoods of Moore, and it'll keep going from there.
Traffic on 12th Street between I-35 and Janeway has flipped. Not flipped out, but flipped over. The south side of 12th Street is now complete, and the north side is currently under construction. So be aware as you're driving 12th Street that all traffic has now moved to the south side. 12th Street is a Five for the Future construction project funded by a government obligation bond passed by voters in 2008. It will include widening roadways to 5 lanes, sidewalks, and streetscaping.
Okay, here you go.
When more voters cast their ballots on November 6th, 2 propositions in particular were of interest to the Evans family. One improving Moore's current parks, and the other calling for the construction of a new Central Park. Like families across Moore, the Evans are interested in good parks and recreation options for their kids, and were ecstatic to see that both propositions passed with resounding approval.
We just feel like Moore is becoming really a premier, great place for families to want to come and live. We feel like Moore has become the best place, especially with these propositions passing. Moore's the best place in the metro area for a family to come and live. So we've got excellent education, we've got retail, we've got entertainment, and now with the parks, I think it's just taking it to the next level. We're really excited about it.
We're absolutely very humbled and very grateful for the support of our residents on these issues, because it's not an easy vote for some people to be able to say, yes, I'm going to raise my taxes, to be able to do that. So we're gratified and very excited about it, and we're going to do the very best job we can to make the folks that voted for these things really proud of the improvements in our community.
To summarize, voters approved 2 propositions. The first is a temporary quarter-cent sales tax to fund improvements to current Moore parks over the next 5 years. The second proposition called for the issuing of a general obligation bond funded through an increase in property taxes to build a new Central Park, including an aquatic center, community center, farmers market, and amphitheater.
Now that they're approved, now we do a lot of work, a lot of lead-up work, and so people may not see dirt being turned for several months, but that doesn't mean that things aren't happening, because they are. And so we'll spend several months doing planning, architectural, and engineering work, and then we hope, mid-2013, we'll start seeing some projects come online, especially with the quarter-cent sales tax.
In fact, some of the park improvements may get fast-tracked for construction to begin even earlier. While the sales tax doesn't go into effect until April of 2013, the city plans to provide advance funding for some projects, allowing them to get started much sooner.
Some of those things may very well could start by the end of this year, early next year. Again, the restrooms, shade structures, new walking tracks, all sorts of things that are involved in the existing parks that hopefully people will begin to see some of that at their parks in their areas, again, by early 2013, early next year.
The passage of both propositions is significant, garnering attention across the state and bringing additional attention to Moore and the effectiveness of their city government.
For us to be as successful as we were with these projects and people buying into that vision, it really does put us on the map, because the atmosphere in our country today is not a lot of faith in politicians, not a lot of faith in government, no new taxes, all those kinds of things, and we all understand why that is. But for us to sort of go against the grain says a great deal about our citizens, and they're the ones that really deserve the credit, is giving us the ability to do these things, the money to do these things, and then to show faith in us is an honor. It really is.
It's just going to be another, if you will, feather in our cap for Moore to be able to be seen by people from outside of Moore as a place to be, a place to live, a place to go shop, and all those things that we've been working towards for a lot of years.
And people are noticing Moore's progress. Here are some unsolicited comments from the MC of a recent Keep Oklahoma Beautiful award ceremony.
And how many of you are my age and remember when there really wasn't a city of Moore? It was like a 2-lane road between Oklahoma City and Norman, and Moore has just grown into a vibrant, active community. So congratulations to you all. It's really impressive.
For families like the Evans, this is turning Moore into an exciting place to live for their kids and generations to come.
No, we're just really excited about Moore taking the next steps and having new and better places for families and friends to gather in the community. This is going to be great for Moore.